A former Memphis gangster and trap rapper, Project Pat, has been recently converted into a Christian and is now going into the same prisons that he was locked up in, and he's preaching the gospel in there, okay? This is just an incredible story. We got to look at this one, y'all, okay? Let's go ahead and check this video out. Let's watch it and react to it. Before we do me a quick favor. Hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm so that this video can reach more people like yourself. I truly appreciate you guys, and if you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and tap that subscribe button, and let's hop into this video right now.
So where did this passion come from y'all? From y'all going to the jails and the prisons and sharing the gospel? I've seen y'all on Instagram, I've seen y'all on Facebook, y'all are doing the do. Where does this passion come from to do this?
Well, the Lord himself. I mean, he just, one day I was just praying about it, and a lot of people like want to know where you want to be, where God wants you to do out here in his kingdom, you know what I'm saying? So I was praying about that, and people say, well, God got something for everybody to do, but if you don't seek him out, you will never know. So I seeked him out, and I said, man, it's just, I was like, got to go back in there, the prisons. The Lord just showing me, like, go back in there and just, they'll listen to you and da-da-da, you been there, you ain't got no problem with it. And I was like, no, I don't.
Pat, you said go back in there.
Mm-hmm.
So you've been in there before, but not preaching.
Oh, no. I've been stayed in fed. I wasn't doing none of that. But the Lord just told me, just go back in there. And, and I asked him, a lot of times, and a lot of times people, they think, you think you know.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's the thing. You think you know, but unless you go to him and ask him, then you'll be doing it how he want it done.
Mm.
A lot of us have bright ideas, and I was like, Lord, well, you want me to change how my look or do this or this? And he was like, nah. He want me to stay exactly how you is, because I want them to see who you are.
Yeah.
Who I've made you to be now. And I was like, oh, okay. Because I started to take all these out and cut my hair, and because I'm thinking like, I know.
Yeah.
But I had to go to him to know, so.
That's a good point right there. If we think about his disciples, he never told any of his disciples to change how they look, or change who they were, as in physical appearance. You know what I mean? He never asked any of them to dress up nicely or anything like that. He took everyone how they were, and he transformed them spiritually and mentally into who he wanted them to be. And so as far as this guy right here, Project Pat, for those of y'all that don't know who Project Pat is, this man is a South Memphis rapper, or a former South Memphis rapper, who he did trap music for as long as since I was a kid, okay, listening to him. He used to rap with a group called 3-6 Mafia, okay, 3-6 Mafia. That was their name. They literally had demonic words in their songs, and they did not make any effort to hide it, okay? They were telling you exactly who they serve. They were telling you exactly what they do. And it was literally the opposite of who he is today. And that's how great this transformation is. I would have never guessed in 1,000 years that this man would be saved today. But that just lets you know how deep into the depths of things God is willing to go to find us, or willing to go to reach us, because he already know where we are, but we just don't give him ourselves. But this man, out of that entire group of people, who some of them have passed away in their sin, others are still alive in their sin, God reached him, and now he's a Christian. And not only is he a Christian, he's going back into the same prisons, and he's doing the Lord's work there instead of going there for trouble. And that's just incredible. All right, let's continue on.
What's amazing about that is when Jesus calls his disciples, he calls ordinary men, right? He calls fishermen. And fishermen were some of the roughest, toughest dudes you want to see. I mean, their language wasn't cleaned up, i.e. Peter cussing, when they ask him, ain't you one of his disciples? Didn't I take,
Right.
He started because he called them purposely out of places where the common man could identify with them. So it's no surprise to me that God would tell you, no, I want you as you are, because you're going to be able to reach people that I can't,
Right.
that most preachers can't, because of your background. And people see the light on you and they're like, man, God working in Pat's life like that? This thing must be real.
Yeah, praise God.
What about you, bro? What are you seeing when you go in these prisons with Pat? What, a lot of people are kind of intimidated by going in jails and prisons, but what has it been like for you to go behind those iron bars and share the gospel?
I can remember the very first day we went. I think the first prison we went to was in Arkansas, West Memphis. And remembering from being actually in church and ministry, it was all about really getting lives saved. People coming back to Christ, redirecting their life. So we went in, we talked, had a good time, and asked anybody who wanted to get their life to Christ, who wanted to start over, and people started getting up. And from there, we just saw like, wow, this is really going to be effective. It's really going to work, and God is actually really using us. So my biggest thing with the Go ministry, it was all about going anywhere. It wasn't particularly being at church. We go to Walmart, pass out books. We go to odd places. So Go was all about really being in the highways and the byways. I wanted to be like, kind of like Without Walls church or Without Walls ministry. Wherever God say go, pretty much go. We'll be there.
That is awesome.
Yes, sir.
Mass incarceration is out of control.
I mean, that's literally the Lord's work right there. Okay, the God commanded us to go out and make disciples among all the nations, and that's our calling. Okay, is to serve God, love Him with all of our heart, and to go out and make disciples. And everything else is just extra work. You know what I mean? And it's just, man, it's just dope to see somebody who literally came from, I'm talking about rapping about the most craziest stuff that you can think about. This the kind of dude where you would not want to see him walking down the street at night. You wouldn't want to be around him. All right, this dude is a big dude, come from the street, and he did a lot of stuff in the street, and he had a mindset of your typical gangster, right? Or thug, or whatever you want to call it, hood dude. And now look at him. It just goes to show you, man, God can reach anybody. God amazes me when I hear about different stories about people He's reached. Even me. Even God reaching me. Because I came from a lot of mess. A lot of mess. Even though I've known God's in my youth, I didn't always serve God. I didn't grow up in church. Nothing like that. But I knew God. I just didn't know God like that. I didn't have a relationship with God. But yeah, man, this is dope. This is incredible. I heard this one saying in the past, and it's always stuck with me. And it says that God does not call the qualified. God qualifies the ones that He called. And that just shows you that, like, God doesn't expect you to be at the highest of holiness. He doesn't expect you to be righteous or sinless, any of that. When He calls you, okay, He's calling you when you're a lot of times when you're at your lowest in life, when you're not feeling like you've been doing good in life, or when you're in the midst of your sin, a season of sin, or when you feel like you've lost it all, or when you're just straddling along in life and you're not even thinking about the next life. You're not thinking about God, or maybe you have been thinking about God, but you just been longing for a knowledge of God, but haven't really dove deep into who God is. There's a lot of people a lot of different religions that call their false God God. And so, but that just shows you that God can call anybody. God can qualify anybody that He's called. You know what I'm saying? So you got guys that either coming from being in drugs or selling it, or maybe some corruption inside of some big tech company, and they made millions off that and went to prison for it, or whatever the case may be. Guys, some people that have suffered from illnesses and they turned and found and they gave their life to Christ and God healed them, or just all kind of different areas of life where God literally pulls you out of your mess and puts you on a solid foundation and changes you from the inside out. And that's exactly what God has done with this former trap rapper, turned pastor, Project Pat or Patrick, whatever his real name is. That's exactly what God has done with him. And that is awesome, man. That is awesome. Hopefully this blessed you. Okay. You don't have to be perfect for God to use you. You don't have to be all the way there for God to use you. Follow Christ. Trust in the process. Trust in the process of sanctification. Renew your mind daily. Pick up your cross and follow it and follow him. And love God and love your neighbors. And God is going to use you because he wants to use you. Okay? That's for you guys. If you're out there and you're struggling, or you've had a season where you feel like you can't be used by God, you absolutely can. You just have to follow him. That's literally it. All of us have to follow God. Look, man, let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section, okay? If you're new to the channel and you like what you see, I encourage you to hit that subscribe button and hit the post notification bell so you do not miss another video. All right, my name is Aaron Page. I will catch y'all on the next video. Until next time, I'm out.